back in 2.0 and coming into 3.0, of our first 20 merchants, 15 of them were Craig. So, he's been leading, the focus out there on that. So he's really had the time to establish those best practices for merchant conversations and how to successfully on board. So with that, Craig, I'm going to throw over to you because what I'd really love for you to be able to share is essentially, let's have a look at you. You're sitting down on a Zoom or face to face, whatever it is, with a potential merchant. What are the key things you focus on and talk about, when highlighting Shoply and how to successfully get them on board?
Thanks, Rachel. And yeah, I'm super excited just to reiterate what you were saying about where we sit right now, all the calls we've had and getting to that final stages to building out the plan. And I'm sure Lyndon will touch a little bit more on some ideas around that. But in regards to merchants, which is what we refer to uh, in the Shopify landscape, what we have to understand is this: the way you approach sales and marketing, or whether you're building a network marketing company or whether you're building a fitness club or anything like that, the approach is very similar. And you don't want to overwhelm or overcomplicate what you're doing with your prospecting for your merchant acquisition. Now, one of the key things of our commission model moving forward, we're going to have a very lucrative B2B model for people to go out there and find those stores. So while we are waiting for the rollout of that model moving forward, like, it's a great time from a timing perspective to actually go out there and pitch the overarching concept of what we're really doing. And what we're really doing is we're launching an e-commerce platform that unites or connects influencers to e-commerce brands. And we facilitate the commerce between that form of marketing. So understanding what it is that you actually have as an offer or an opportunity is really important to be able to define. And I'll often use the word is, it's a new world of commerce. Like, out there, you can pay for Facebook ads, you can pay for SEO, you can pay a PR company, you can hire sales representatives. But influencer marketing's really become one of those trump cards. Now, you can go out and spend a lot of money on micro to macro influencers to promote your product. Often 5,000 for 5 posts, 10,000, you get a mega influencer. It could be hundreds of thousands of dollars for someone like the Kardashians or a Conor McGregor or a celebrity sports star to promote your product. So we're targeting on those nano influencers, the masses. So our offer and our opportunity for the brand is to really provide that opportunity for that nano influencer to be able to latch on to your product and showcase yours product to those more, I guess, personalized communities. So really understanding what we have to offer the merchants is really a key part, and how you position our offer to them. Now, a key element of that is the fact that we have a integration. Our technology has an integration with arguably the biggest e-commerce brand in the world in regards to Shopify. And, they have a footprint into 175 markets, but also there's 6 million active live stores in those 175 markets. So we have an active database or active customer, but potential customer base for our platform. So the reason I bring all that up to start with is to lay some foundations to understand some of those hot words, those key words that you can bring into the conversation. But like network marketing and like other businesses, the question is, well, how do I find those people and how do I approach those people? So we know right now we have a $1 trial. We have a 90-day offering. All our existing merchants, we've just reduced our commission structure there down to 10%. So starting to understand the offering and the value that we bring. But then it's about, well, how do I find those people and what do I say to those people? Now, the first and best port of call always, 100% without fail, is to build an active referral model. And when I say an active referral model, and this is what I used to do when I was prospecting for leaders in the field, I got very, very, very good at who do you know? That one famous line that I would go through my market and actually outreach to people that I personally knew and said, hey, Rachel, just launched an incredible e-commerce tech platform into 175 markets, done an amazing partnership with the e-com tech giant Shopify. At the moment, I'm looking to find X amount of uh, e-commerce brands built on Shopify that are looking for more sales. And at the moment, as a part of our launch, we're offering any e-commerce brand a no lose opportunity where they can try us for $1 for 90 days. Do you know anyone that might have an e-com brand, a friend in your network that sells perfume or beauty products or clothing or fashion or weight loss ranges or technology companies, because there's 6 million stores out there. I'm just wondering if you know anyone. So that method of going through that who do you know uh, is really building that lead flow or that pipeline of warm customers. So my first port of call, and every single person that come onto my platform, I personally knew the store owner, or I knew somebody that knew the store owner. So that would be my absolute number one simple, easy home run, $1 trial. What I offer every single person that comes that wants to find out more information is a live demo. So every person that come onto the platform, I would book a Zoom call with those people, and I would actually just pull up the Shoply.com website and I'd demonstrate the concept visually to them and offer them a $1 trial. Also, the fact that our software allows that brand to onboard in 5 minutes, all paperwork done, uh, no store build required. The software actually does all the work for you. So you want to like reduce all those barriers of, I guess, barriers, and objections that may come up to make it a complete and utter no-brainer. So warm market, absolute number one priority for myself. You want to amplify your results. Let's say you have two or three people in your group that are looking to partner with you and build a business with Shoply. I would teach them to do the same. So every person you want to try and aim to get into their warm market to be presenting to two to three people out of their warm market. And you're not selling anything to anyone at any time. You're opening the door for them, a business, to try something out with no lose situation, $1 for 90-day trial. Um, and and I guess from them, if they make sales, it's a win. What I say to every single person that I bring on to the business, I actively take a responsibility to help your business get sales. So I'm not in the game of getting a brand onto the platform that I know that's not a good fit. I'm into the game of getting a brand onto the platform that I can get myself behind or my team or my community behind that brand. So I'm looking for boutique brands that have a little bit of sizzle to their product, those indie brands that might have a nice story, they might have a nice website behind it, a founder's story or something. And our platform in the long term, I really believe, will be the home for boutique indie brands that are built on the rails of the Shopify network. So that they are the people that I'm actively trying to do. So I thought what I would extend beyond referral just in a short moment, and one of the trainings I could probably do in the lead up, Rachel, is present as if I'm doing a live demo to a store owner. So I'll pull up my store, my Shoply thing, and spend 10 to 15 minutes as if the audience is the merchant, and how I run through my live 10-minute demonstration with a store owner. So we maybe organize that for one of these calls in the coming weeks. But I want to give you a strategy of how I go about cold prospecting, cold marketing, because a lot of people always ask that. I've gone through my warm market, I don't know how to speak to anyone. Simply now, I would I use this type of model, and I've actually got somebody that's working for me, which is totally unduplicatable for somebody building a business, but you can just apply it at a smaller scale. I actually go into ChatGPT, and let's say I live in Miami, and I would say, can you give me 10 beauty brands that are built on Shopify located in Miami? And let ChatGPT list the brands. I pull all those into like an Excel, Google Docs Excel thing. And a lot of the brands may not have the founder's details in that ChatGPT search. Some of them do. But I actively go to get the name of the store, the website, the founder, and their LinkedIn profile. If you can get their phone number and you definitely get their email. And I have a 3 touch point model that I do when I approach every single store. So, for example, let's say that Rachel owned a fashion label, lived in Miami. I would say I'll actually pull it up on screen so I can show you the exact things that I would send to them. So I have this approach, a direct LinkedIn message that is short and simple. Hi, Rachel, I just searched successful Shopify stores in X, and your store showed up. I'm just launching a new sales generating method and offering a $1 90-day trial. If you have a spare 15 minutes for me to demo, I'd love to connect. So I've sent the founder that I've got now their details on through my research. At the same time, I email, hi Rachel, I dropped you a LinkedIn message just in case that's a better way to connect. Just search successful Shopify stores in your market, and a store showed up. So a similar sort of message, maybe an extra little bit long. I've just put this in. Let me know 2 or 3 times that will work, and I can set up a Zoom. So I've approached via this method, at the same time, because I have their details, and I may add a third layer and go to their connect. How every Shopify store has the ability to send a message directly off the Shopify store. Similar sort of message to that person there. So if you are in a position for cold marketing beyond the golden referral and working within your warm market, you need to spend probably a little bit of time. ChatGPT, choose a location, choose, might be a niche product that you really like, whether you might be a fitness trainer and you love nutritional supplements. You might try and find 10 nutritional brands that you can get behind and build that list to be able to approach those people. To give you an idea with this method here, out of a hundred approaches this way, I had about 6 phone calls and about 3 stores that come on board. So I just wanted to share that with you because there's no relationship at the moment between myself and this person. So that's just a reality of cold marketing. But this is a method that really works. But other places to find stores, local trade fairs. So, coming up in March in Melbourne is a trade show with all the fitness brands in Australia, and there'll be like fitness equipment, supplements, merchandise, all of those sort of brands. I would go and connect with the I guess the trade store person there and speak to them. Local markets. There's a lot of beautiful, elegant brands, homemade skincare, chemical-free cleaning products, bath soaps, all sorts of stuff. And they're selling through local markets with a little bit of online presence. Go and build relationships with those type of people. Dr. Google, again, I go into ChatGPT first, but if I need to find out more information, I might layer up with Google as a method to be able to find the people that I'm looking for, or even more stores. There's platforms that are built with Shopify data. One of those is called Built With, and that'll give you a place to start to find stores. But you'll again have to then go and layer out and fill out all the details like the LinkedIn profiles, etc. Facebook groups and LinkedIn groups are really good. Like there are so many groups out there that I would say, like one for example is uh, people of Mornington Peninsula. So that was an area that I lived in. There was 20,000 people in the community group. I've gone into that group and said, hey, I've just launched a new tech company. If anyone's got any awesome chemical-free cleaning products, I'm looking to connect with those people. They might find our platform as a way to get more sales. I'm offering a $1 trial for 90 days. Got a few direct messages that way. And Instagram influencers. So if you go to an Instagram influencer, click in their bio, they bring up like a link tree where it might have all their favorite products that they promote. And you can start clicking on their links to find other brands as well. So sort of giving you a few ways to find where the types of brands are. Absolutely number one go-to is drill as deep as you possibly can within your referral community. But after that, the more times that you can connect with a brand owner, or more methods that you can and try and connect with them, the better you will be to be able to set up that demo call. So I'll hand it back to you, Rach, and I'm happy to do a bit more of a deep dive in the coming weeks as well.
Yeah, we'll absolutely schedule that. I think the only thing I'd like to add there, and one of the things I've been focusing on is, and it was something I did not quite realize until the integration with Shopify came about, but most things I buy go through the Shop Pay app, meaning that they have a Shopify store. So what I've been focusing on is those products that I buy consistently that are on a Shopify store, like my favorite skincare, like my favorite makeup, like my favorite shampoo. I don't buy any of that stuff from a major chain supermarket. It all comes from, stores with a Shopify. So I've used that personal connection going, I've been using your skincare for the last, 6 months. And I've absolutely been loving it. These are the results. I work for da 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 and do it that way. So I think, that comes back to your warm market as well. But that's just when you actually sit back and look at everything you purchase, if you like online shopping like me, which I know a lot of you do, a lot of it goes through that Shop Pay app and from Shopify stores. So that's another great angle to really focus on because you're already one step ahead because you've purchased from them. There's that part of a relationship there. So some incredible tips there, Craig.